Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Sarah Uncut, where today I want to be talking to you about feeling ashamed to sell. All right, so here's the deal, you guys. I know what it's like to sit there and go, I have got to sell something or I'm not going to be able to make the mortgage. Or maybe you have those emotions that come up like, I'm really not good enough. Maybe I actually suck at this. Maybe I shouldn't be in business at all. If you are a human being who has a business, chances are you've had these feelings and it's totally normal. That's the part I want to help you understand. We don't come out of the womb knowing how to sell stuff. It's not a normal thing that people do, right? So I want to just help you understand that might be why you feel a little bit of fear around it. The other thing I want to do is let's just actually dive into that fear for a second, okay? Let's say you really are feeling ashamed, which is actually a word somebody used when they wrote into me, like, Sarah, can you cover this on Sarah Uncut? And I was like, absolutely. She used the word ashamed. I still feel ashamed to sell. I was like, whoa, that's such a big emotion. And what is the driving force behind that, really? Behind shame, right? Or that feeling of feeling ashamed. It's interesting. It's a little bit of a mix of anger, I know, stay with me, and sorrow. I feel like I'm on that movie. Did you guys ever see the movie Inside Out from Pixar, right? Where the real memory, like the profound memory is the memory that mixes both sadness and happiness at the same time. And that's the one she really remembers. It's when she kind of comes of age. Because we all just want to be happy. Sarah, shouldn't I just be happy to sell? Should I just be easy to sell? It's like, that's a weird thing that we have in our society, that you're never supposed to be sad. You're never supposed to be uncomfortable. Things are never supposed to be hard, you guys. Like, oh my God, you guys, it should just be so easy. Yeah, kinda, but not really, right? That's actually not a very profound connection to what it is to be human. And we here, at least in the States, we have this really, high value on the word happiness. I mean, we freaking wrote it into the Constitution, right? The pursuit of happiness. Like being sad or uncomfortable or a little bit nervous is somehow bad. Okay. So I want to sort of take a step back from that a little bit. The reason you might be feeling a little bit of anger and a little bit of sadness when you go to sell, it's probably a level of frustration that you're not good at this already. All right. So when you go to sell and someone says no, you're like, see, I suck. That's a very, I want to use the word childlike, not childish, but childlike response to having to do this grown-up thing called manage your revenue and sell. And what I'd like you to invite you to understand is that people who are really confident, people who really understand what it takes to be amazing in business, they understand they're going to suck at stuff. I mean, really, like that's part of the deal. You understand it's going to be hard for a little bit. You understand it's not going to be perfect just because you want it to be. And that can be frustrating at times. So we want to understand, you'll notice throughout this entire video, I'm normalizing your fear, your anger, your frustration with selling, right? It's okay to have those feelings. It's just not okay to act like they're true. Big difference. It's okay to feel the feelings of frustration, to feel like you're not good at it, to feel frustrated you even have to sell. Right? Like some people feel that way. It's like, dang, I'm just really good. Like, why do I have to learn this skill of selling, right? Can't people just find out I'm amazing and flock to me like magic? That would be incredible if that happened. It's incredibly rare, very, very rare. And we love the stories of people who do it immediately, right? Like, oh my God, overnight they sold 8 million donuts. Like, it's just not the way things normally go. That's why those stories are in the news, because they're rare. They're news. The rest of us have to learn how to do it. We're going to make mistakes and it can be frustrating. So when I hear the word ashamed, I think anger, frustration is probably in there somewhere. And then there's the level of sadness, right? And the sadness comes mostly, at least with the people I tend to work with, around this idea that they should be further along than they are and they're sad about it. And they take that out on the skill of sales. Because sales is easy to target, right? We can see when we don't sell, we don't have a business. Not hard math there, right? So sales is the thing that we can look to go, see, it's just gross. See, it ruins everything. See, and it's actually, if we get under the anger and the frustration, right, there's a level of sadness because we want to share what we have. We know that we created our businesses to help people. We know we created our business because we love what we do and we want to see other people enjoy it. Whether that's a product or a service, it doesn't matter. You didn't create your business so that you could keep it to yourself. And so you feel sad when sales isn't going your way, or you can feel really, I almost want to use the word sorrowful, that you've put in all this time and energy and you're not seeing the exact reward you'd like to see right now. So there's two things I'd love for you to try if you are feeling ashamed of sales. Number one is make sure you are in the right state of mind as you sit down to sell. Notice I didn't say wait until you're in the right state of mind. No one will ever be in the right state of mind. You must generate this. This is something that CEOs are responsible for. It's something that is absolutely on our plates. You must manage your own state of mind. I have lots of videos about this here in Sarah Uncut. I would love for you to snag a couple of those. We'll point to a couple down below as well. And then the last thing I'd love you to do around sales is understand that it is a skill like anything else. And I really mean that. I did not believe that. You have to know, I'm not saying that to you like I'm some guru who's like, sales is a skill, just learn it, jeez. That's not how I felt at all. You guys, I used to cry. 3 a.m. was my magic time in the basement because I hated my day job so badly, but my family needed my income. I cannot tell you the specific kind of hell that is. If you know it, right? I can't just leave. And oh dear God, I've got to leave. Like my stomach hurt every day. I was rail thin. I never felt good. And I loved the people I got to work with, but I knew that wasn't why I was here. And the one skill that was keeping me from being able to leave that job was the skill of sales, of learning. And the first course I ever sold was my money mindset course, of learning how to share what you do in such a way that someone else says, oh my gosh, I could really use that. And when you learn this as a skill, it truly from the bottom of my heart becomes a joy. I'm telling you, if you can learn how to read, if you can learn how to tie a shoe, if you can learn basic math, if you can learn how to talk to people, you already know the skill of sales. You just haven't quite put it together in a way that makes sense for you. I'm going to invite you to do that. Take the time you need to learn sales. If you're interested in learning the skill of sales, you will see a link to my sales mastermind down below. If we are currently enrolling, you will be able to apply. If we are not, you can put yourself on the wait list so that you can be in the next sales mastermind and learn this skill with other women who are heartfelt, who want to make money for their families and never want to be slimy or feel ashamed because they're making a great living helping other people. You can learn how to sell, and you can learn how to sell without feeling ashamed. That's a promise. All right, I hope this video was super helpful for you today. If you love the type of content we're putting out here, I would love to invite you to subscribe. I don't know why you're not if you haven't already. We put out gooey goodness every single week for you to help you grow your business, because our job over here at Team Sarah is to put more money in the hands of more women. I'll see you in the next Sarah Uncut.